Okay, are we ready to go? Okay, I'd like to call the Parks and Cemetery Board meeting to order. It's February 20th, 2025. Could you call the roll, please?
Miss Gibson,
Yes.
Miss Stymack,
Here.
Miss Witzberger,
Here.
Mr. Fritz, absent, and Mr. Whitwer.
Yes.
Okay. Nobody's here, so we won't have any public participation. Does anybody have any old business? I don't think we do. Okay.
Are you working on those business cards? I'll just bring that up since I
Oh.
had
Yeah.
read the
Thanks,
minutes.
Ruth. I was just going to say that. Good.
And I know we had discussed it at the last.
Actually, the Veterans Memorial has been keeping me busy enough that I
Okay.
can't hardly get anything else done.
It's not a big deal. I just
So-
saw it in the minutes and thought
Yeah.
I'd ask.
No, you're good.
Yeah. You know, Emma is, I think Ken Noon has been here constantly.
He's been here pretty frequently.
That's what I thought, because I found out he was here today. I called Summit Memorial to ask him a couple questions, and he was here. She said, "Oh, you could go over and see Ken." I said, "No, he's busy. I'll just email you."
I was here yesterday. She was busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emma is very, very busy.
Yes.
Okay. Emma, do you want to talk about the 2025 Adopt-A-Spot participants?
Yeah, so I mailed sponsorship letters to all the businesses. They usually return to the same spot. So I mailed out their letters this week. I believe that Loyal Oak, Mr. Fritz just walked in, and the time is 6:17.
Had to work late.
That's okay. Anyway, so the sponsorship letters have gone out. Loyal Oak Golf Course was in need of a caretaker because it was previously Dayton's, but the Cider Ridge Homeowner Association reached out to me to take care of that spot. And so I've been coordinating that in conjunction with Green Up Day and the Veterans Memorial. But Veterans Memorial keeps coming in, so that's like priority just because of the timeline and things of that nature. We met with her and we are partnering with her for this year's program.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very happy to hear that. That's what I was going to suggest. So, and she's the one that donates. Nikki Ernst is the one who donates all of the flowers for the sign at the center of town. And Cindy Webble and I plant those every year. So, and or actually Nikki planted them last year, but Cindy and I are the caretakers of that particular spot. So, but you know, she does donate all the flowers, which is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, very good. Green Up Day, Arbor Day, Emma?
So I've started planning that as well. I am working on putting together some packets for volunteers to sign up, and then a flyer just to set out at different places to promote it.
Do we have a date?
It's going to be April 26th with a rain date of May 3rd.
6th. And rain date. Are you going to be in town there, Rick?
I'm normally not in town that week.
That's what I thought. Okay, very good. All right. Any other comments or?
Okay, what I was going to bring up, I know that SA Communal is donating for the gardens at the Veterans Memorial. Is there any timeline when, and is that possibly something we could maybe do some planting on our Arbor Day, Green Up Day?
I can check with administration and get back to you.
I don't think we get the flowers that early. Are you talking flowers, Ruth?
Well, they're donating a lot to garden. It's not just going to be flowers, correct? It's going to be.
So I haven't necessarily been involved in that conversation regarding the Veterans Memorial. That would be something I would have to check with Dennis to see, but
Or I can.
Yeah.
Reach out. I mean, it might be something that we could incorporate.
Yeah.
Just to build it up, since it's so close to, the actual Memorial Day.
Okay, very good. Good thought. I wanted to talk to people about something pretty cool that I would like the city to, I'd like council to approve. It's a friend of mine, Stephanie her name's Stephanie Byro. She went to Norton. I don't know if you remember her. but she went to Norton, and she's the one, she's a member of Daughters of the American Revolution, DAR, and they're the ones that go out to the cemeteries and put flags on all of the soldiers that have passed away in the wars every year, which is really, really nice. She checks with me every year, and I said, go for it. I love it. It's awesome. But anyway, she called me several months ago and asked me, well, she actually texted me a few months ago and asked if we would be interested. Well, let me give you a little background, because the Daughters of the American Revolution is really cool, and I did a little research on it, and I want to talk to you about it. The Daughters of the American Revolution was founded in 1890, and the reason for its inception was that this was during the Revolutionary War, and the women who were very patriotic got a little frustrated because they were excluded from all the men's patriotic events and get-togethers and different things that the men did. So they decided that they were going to form their own group. So they formed the Daughters of the American, the pioneering women who were very patriotic at that time, formed the Daughters of the American Revolution on October 11th, 1890. And they've always been very patriotic ever since. And that's just such a blessing, because we have a Norton branch. So several people that live in Norton are in the branch here. There's other branches that they all meet together. And I should also mention, in order to be a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they also give out a scholarship at Norton High School during the scholarship program every year. But in order to be a member, you have to be 18, and you have to be able to present evidence that someone in your history was in the Revolutionary War,
Right.
And that you're a descendant of the people that helped fight for the America's independence. So if anybody's out there that's interested, you can contact me via email. I'm sure maybe my email is on the website, the Norton City website, is it, Emma?
Yeah, I got a family involved in that.
Yeah, it's a very cool program. It's a very, very cool program.
On my Fritz side of the family.
Very neat. I love it. At any rate, Stephanie told me that the Daughters of the American Revolution wanted to put a permanent graphite bench, like the ones we're doing at the Veterans Memorial. They wanted to do one for Akron Center Cemetery, okay? Or Norton Center Cemetery, I should say, behind Acme. And she already, I told her that I loved the idea. I think that the Parks Board would go for that. I think it's a wonderful idea. And at any rate, she wanted to get a granite bench, and have the names of the soldiers buried there,
And you
put
got
on the bench.
You got a lot of them buried there.
I know.
They're in Western Star.
Yeah, they are Western. So I told her that. In fact, she asked me she already had two names. One of them was Bates Hendel,
Yep.
and the other one was Henry Van Heining. And she asked me if I knew of any others buried there, and I said, contact Lisa Merrick, because she's the one that researched. She's a former Norton Parks and Cemetery Board member.
If you go to findagrave.com, it lists all the burials there.
Oh.
And there must be 12 or 13 Revolutionary soldiers buried there.
What's the name of the place to go? The website?
Findagrave.com.
Findagrave.com.
They just
And
put in
just
West,
put in Revolutionary.
just put in West Norton Center Cemetery, Norton, Ohio.
Okay, Stephanie, if you were watching, did you hear that? Go to, what's the name of it again?
Findagrave.com.
Findagrave.com. I love that.
Because when I do all my ancestry search, I use that a lot.
That is very cool to know. I did not
And
know
there
that.
and Western Star is both in there.
Well, I
in
know there's revolutionary people at Western Star as
Yeah,
well. So-
there's probably 12 buried in that cemetery here.
Oh,
Never done.
that's awesome. That's very, very cool. At any rate, like I said, she's also working with Summit Memorial, Ken Noon, to design the bench, just like he's designing the benches for the Norton Veterans Memorial as well. So, at any rate, the commemorative memorial, but the commemorative bench will be paid for by the Cuyahoga Portage branch of DAR, and then the North. So therefore, I would like to make a Parks and Cemetery Board resolution. And I mean, do you have any conversation? Do I have any comments from anybody about it?
No, I'm all for it.
Everybody agree? Okay, I've already made the resolution, and I just need Ruth to sign it if we do approve it. And it says, oh, rats. On Thursday, February 20th, 2025, the Norton Parks and Cemetery Board would like to enter a resolution that would give permission to the Cuyahoga, Portage Branch, and the Norton Branch of the Daughters of the American Revolution to install a permanent granite bench with American Revolutionary soldiers' names engraved on the bench in the Norton Center Cemetery. This bench will be installed in October of 2026 in order to celebrate the 250th birthday of the Declaration of Independence of the United States of America. The bench will be paid for by both Cuyahoga, Portage Branch, as well as Norton Branch of the Daughters of the American Revolution Association. So I would like to submit this. I'm going to give this to you, Emma. And do I have a roll call for a vote on this, please? If everybody's
Need a
in favor?
motion first.
Oh, okay, you're right, Ruth, I forgot. Do I have a motion to do the resolution?
I'll make a motion.
And the second?
I'll second it.
And now could I have, if everyone is in favor, do you do that or do I say that?
I'm just gonna call the roll. Miss Witzberger,
Yes.
Mr. Fritz,
Yes.
Miss Gibson,
Yes,
Miss Steinmack,
Yes.
Mr. Whitwer.
Yes,
excellent, very good. I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be really nice, and
nice work.
we'll hopefully be able to do some kind of ceremonial thing on the day that they install it, and all the Parks Board
I
can be there.
think if we put the names of the ones that are in Norton Sound, should we put the names from the one at Western Star? You know, we got a lot of revolution. And you know, there was a couple from the Black Plague Cemetery that was moved over here. They were in the Revolutionary War.
Yes, that's true. I don't know
Lisa
their,
did a lot of,
Lisa knows it all.
One is placed.
when she, in fact, when she left the cemetery board, I was very unhappy. I was really counting on her for her cemetery expertise, and any rate, but she's always available.
I think it's a great move.
I love it. I love it too. Okay, so going, actually, Caitlin, why don't you give us the planning date update?
The main discussion was, that Dunkin' Donuts wants to go in next to Grandpa's Cheese Barn. And it was supposed to be a,
Big B Coffee.
no, that's across the street. That's still on the table. We have not heard from them that they are pulling out, that has been the rumor. That rumor has not come back as being, true. Traffic area, it was supposed to be a permanent site plan, but it turned into a preliminary site plan because they have to do a traffic study. Since that's the light there for the high school, and they would have to have a shared driveway with Grandpa's Cheese Barn, and they're asking for some different things.
Does-
So
does
it's
Grand-
all on hold.
Does Grandpa's Cheese Barn own that property next to them? I thought they put a parking lot there.
What?
A parking lot that has a shared drive.
It would be a shared drive.
Where would where would Dunkin' Donuts go? If you're facing
On the
Grandpa's
north
Cheese Barn?
side, right between Grandpa's Cheese Barn and the light,
Oh,
Panther
would a
Way.
house have to be removed?
2.
Oh, okay. Are the houses empty?
One is owned by Hamilton's, and they have signed off on this.
Oh.
Both property owners have signed off on it.
Oh, okay, very good.
So, but there's just a lot of discussion about the traffic it will bring to that area, and if there would be a possibility of tying it into Panther Way, so the students could go back and forth. And there's just a lot of discussion going on about it, and as should be, because that is such a high-traffic area. So it'll be interesting to see. They were supposed to set up, I don't know, they were going to try to set up a traffic counter for Valentine's weekend. Do you know if that happened? No. For Grandpa's Cheese Barn, just to show their high-traffic day volumes, just for them, without adding Dunkin' Donuts. But no, the other Big B is not, that we know of, officially pulled out. So, and they would be right across the street.
Right.
Okay. Is that it, Ruth?
A lot
That
of
was
coffee,
mainly
please.
the discussion.
A lot
We
of
have another
coffee,
meeting
please.
coming up
Where
at
is the manufacturing?
the end of this month,
That's my thing.
the 261 stuff.
What'd you say?
What's that
Where's the
about?
manufacturing?
Over, you mean Jim
Littles.
Little? Jim Little?
Stuff, yeah.
What's going on there?
That's what we've got to find out.
Oh, you don't know. I thought it was supposed to be storage units or something, warehouse, or it's like a little,
We haven't gotten anything yet.
oh, okay. Well, we'll look forward
That's
to
why
that.
we're having a meeting. That's when we get the stuff.
Ah, okay, well, very good.
Yeah.
You'll
So,
be there too,
That's,
Caitlin.
that's all that's going on now, and then she'll take over next month.
Okay, very good. Okay, any other comments?
You skipped the Veterans Memorial updates.
I did. Oops.
Yep.
Let's do the Veteran Memorial updates. Skip right over that sucker.
Who's giving them?
You.
Okay, we're selling a lot of pavers. That's pretty much it.
Well,
Um,
I hope it's some of the people that I told about.
Yeah.
Did you get them Jesse's information yet?
Yes.
I meant to, okay, that's done? Cool. That's all I wanted to ask.
Well, I had a comment or conversation with Dennis, and I guess there's 161 spots for pavers,
Something like that.
and their goal was to have 30 before the Veterans Memorial celebration
Oh, they'll have.
or
more.
dedication. Emma, wouldn't you agree that that was a conservative outlook, we're probably going to exceed that?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we're gonna exceed that, definitely, when that's not many pavers.
I have a concern, and I talked with Jamie Lukens about this the other day, and I realized that we only have so many pavers, like 60, up to 62 per size, if my memory serves me
One
correctly.
is like 64, one is 60, they're all
Yeah,
in the 60s.
Same, so it'd be about 180 total, 180, 190 probably, closer to 190 total of the different sizes. And I had some people approach me regarding, there are a lot of veterans that may not have pavers, but they'd like their name on some type of stone. And maybe that's something, maybe that's something we can look at down the road in another phase.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Down the road.
Down the road. We want to get this project,
Let's just get the.
yeah, we want to get this project
This done.
Completed.
done and completed and move forward at that point in time. Maybe we can look at something like that for the future.
Have there been many sponsorship granite
Favors?
pavers purchased?
Yes. There's about 20 that I know of. They are continuing to come in. They will continue to come in until April. That is the deadline of when we want them by.
April 1st, I believe?
I'm
15.
15.
Or the 15th, okay,
Yes.
very good.
And then there's another deadline after that,
Yes,
and there's another deadline after that
yes.
that extends into July.
Yeah, I think we're not gonna need all these deadlines. Because I think they're gonna go when we have this limited amount.
Yeah, if we keep get out and spreading the word, and certainly with Emma's,
Everybody got it,
Strong effort.
right?
yeah.
Everybody in Norton got one. of
I've had a
these,
lot of
so.
people calling me. I've given them all
Yeah.
the information, and forwarded me some information. I passed it on. So, and I think some of the people have already purchased, so at least that's what they told me in a follow-up text. So, I'm pretty excited about it. So, that's why Emma is losing her mind.
And how strict are they on the 16 characters per line? My dad's name with spaces and leaving the middle initial punctuation comes to 17.
They're strict.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'd have to leave his middle name out.
Put his initial.
Can you put the
I
last
would-
name on the line below?
Yeah, it would look kind of funny.
Okay. Yeah, it's strict.
Yeah, I would just leave his middle initial out. We have a long last name, Ammerman. It was fun trying to learn that. How to spell that.
Any other comments about the Veterans Memorial? No? Member comments. Anybody have any comments?
Yeah, I'd like to see if maybe we could do something, at cleanup day for it, just to get, some hype up. Because it's only a month after that
Right.
is, so really that isn't, I know we've had snow in May, but hey, I'm sure there's other plants and stuff going in. not just
Speaking of
flowers.
plants, I have some new business I would like to bring up. As I said, I talked to Jamie Lukens the other day, and several years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we had a community garden. I don't know if you remember that. It was off of
Summit Road.
Summit Road. It was off of Summit Road.
Mhm.
And I thought it was a great idea. I mean, I loved it. I didn't participate at that point because I had my own garden, but people loved that. And he was wondering if we could, and he's already talked to Mr. Markley about it, and he was wondering if we could possibly use some park land for a garden, a community garden again. Especially for people that live in, like the allotments.
Right.
They don't have room for a garden, a lot of them. And so he was hoping, he kind of wanted our input to see what we would say about this. I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a good idea.
He
It
brought
might
up,
be a good idea, but then that's gonna put more strain on our service department, and they don't have the people, during the spring and summer to cover what they've got.
well, I talked to him about that. And and we said we could get volunteers. And he said he would handle the measuring of the lots.
The plotting out of the
Thank you. Yes, he would
spaces.
measure the plots and the spaces, and we could do so many. And he actually was talking about. I'm going to get in trouble for this. He was actually talking about over by Holiday Heights, that area over by Holiday Heights. And I said, I think they use that for soccer practice. Do they still use that for soccer practice?
Not a lot of parking over there.
Well, not everybody goes at the same time.
Yeah, I wonder why Copley's, they quit doing theirs.
I don't know.
wonder what the problem was, because that was there
That
for
was
years
ideal
and
place.
years and years.
Yeah, that was there for a long time.
And then all of a sudden, boom,
Off of Ridgewood,
No, off of
off
Summit Road.
of Cleveland Maslin.
that wasn't Copley's.
That's Norton. Off of,
It's not Norton.
over by Tom Crier? Or a wing
No.
warehouse?
No, the one on Cleveland Maslin by the barn.
Yeah, it's Copley down there. Where Summit
Copley.
comes into Cleveland,
I
Maslin.
think there was a different one.
No, it was a big one. And it's Summit and Cleveland Maslin.
And that's
Yeah.
That's Copley.
That's Copley.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know it's Copley, because I live in Norton, and like 1,000 feet into the woods is Copley, so I know that's Copley.
But I
I
think
just wonder why theirs went,
Barberton took care of that.
That makes
I
sense.
really do, because it's reservoir
no,
property.
people took care of it. They got plots.
No,
People had to take care of that.
Well,
What
it
do you-
all had to be plowed. It all had to
Right.
be plotted out.
I just wonder why theirs went under.
And I heard
Just a
that
statement.
I heard that Doug DeHepart has a tractor with a plow on it. So Jamie was gonna hit him up to see if he could plow an area over if we decided on Holiday Heights. But it is a park area, so we'd have to look into it and we can discuss it for future. It's only February right now, so. But be thinking about it. Be thinking about,
You'd have to be doing it next month.
correct. Well, not necessarily April.
You gotta plow it at
You
least twice, and that's new ground, so it would take at least twice, if not
As
more
the
times.
daughter of a plant farmer, my dad always taught me that some people plant early, but you plant when the ground is a certain temperature.
Well, I'm not saying planting, it's just since it's new ground, it's never been turned before. You're gonna need to have that plowed a few
True,
times.
that's true. And my dad
So
always.
it would need to
Well, you need to
start.
plow it, and then you
And
need to
a
disc it.
frost on
I'm
it.
a city boy. I'm a city
You
boy.
disc it after you plow it.
I do.
All
I'm a
right.
farmer's
I'm
daughter.
done.
I know these things. So at any rate,
Yeah, I do raised beds. I like raised bed gardening.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this year too. So, but at any rate, be thinking about that. We can talk about it next month. Jamie's checking into some things too, and I'll bring what he has to say back to to you guys, or actually Rick can bring it back, because Rick's gonna be taking over his chair next month. So you'll be talking to Jamie. So at any rate, do we have any more business we need to discuss? If not, let's have a motion for
I
adjournment.
will make a motion to approve the minutes
Oh.
from January 15th,
Gosh, I'm skipping things.
2025.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Everyone in favor, say yes?
Yes.
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 Opposed? Okay, very good. Now we need a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to
I'll
adjourn.
second it.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye, aye.
Adjourned at 6:42.
Okay.
Close enough. Yay.